Welcome in to a very special JMU Sports News podcast here at Hotel Madison.
Hey, no free plugs.
Oh, sorry. I'm Bennett and I'm joined by Jack Fitzpatrick. And the Dukes could get College Game Day on November 22nd, and that's why we're here.
At JMU.
That's why we're at JMU.
We're scouting the locations.
Feet on the ground.
We're getting Hotel Madison tonight, the Fairfield Inn tomorrow night.
Yes.
We're going to the Days Inn the following night.
Yes.
And every day leading up to their announcement, we're scouting locations for them.
Yeah, we think it'll be quad.
I meant scouting locations in a hotel, not... Yeah, of course it'd be the freaking quad, idiot.
It'd be cool if they hosted it in a hotel, though.
What if it was Festival Lawn? Remember
Right.
the first year it came? They were like, it might be festive.
Festival would have been fun.
And then it was quad,
The good
which is
backdrop.
kind of boring. I mean,
Yeah.
what's happening on the quad? Wilson Hall?
Yeah, we've seen that 3 times.
That's
Try something else.
JMU's hosted game day more than Tech.
That is crazy.
More than UVA, I think, too.
UVA's never had it.
So more than Tech and UVA combined.
Yeah.
That's insane.
That's insane.
Where do you want to start today's show?
Dukes are playing Marshall. That's our focus, I guess. They're 7-1.
Who's Marshall? We are Marshall.
We are Marshall. I was like, what? The Dukes are unranked. No G5 team is ranked in the playoff
Can
top
we start
25.
there? I
Yeah,
guess with the
because
college
that's an
playoff.
abomination.
Is it?
No, I don't think so.
Can I say my take about it, though?
Yeah, I want to hear you too.
I think JMU's the second, and I have no reason to believe this because they didn't publish like the group of 5 rankings.
Oh, you think
of
they're
it.
second behind
I
Memphis?
think second behind Memphis because I think JMU's strength of schedule lines up better than Memphis, barely, but it does. I think JMU's 120, Memphis is 130. Correct me if I'm wrong. I know you're
checking
Googling
everything.
that now. But JMU does, and we had a listener comment this on one of our...
it is worse.
Yeah, I know. I was right. Crazy concept.
That's a bad schedule.
Yeah, it's a really bad schedule because JMU's is not good. But we had a listener comment this on one of our tweets where JMU, as it stands right now, is the only kind of G5 team within the running for the G5 spot to not have a loss against a G5 team. And to take that even a step further, JMU's the only team among the G5 contenders that does not have a loss, period, when you look at net success rate. So things are looking really good for JMU. But on a serious note, I do think there is a real possibility that JMU is the second best G5 team right now in the college football playoff, where if JMU handles their business, and I can't believe I'm saying this,
We're talking playoff.
if JMU football handles its business and wins out and wins the Sun Belt Championship, does all of that, they will be the G5 rep. Because you look at the schedule for Memphis, Navy, Tulane, all of them.
Yeah.
They all have to beat up on one another. The only one that doesn't is North Texas.
Right.
But North Texas's final 3 games are trash. But then they'll get a nice win in the American Athletic Conference Championship
If they
game
can
in theory.
win it.
If they can win it. If not, then it's likely a 2-loss AAC champion.
Yes.
And I think JMU, with its recent run of success, will have the leg up. Because the Sun Belt Championship game will be over a pretty good Southern Miss team.
They're in a good position right now, I think. At 7-1. And I thought the committee, the way they announced it was one of the dumbest things I've ever seen.
Okay, tell me more.
They do their top 25. And then there are no G5 teams in it. And then they have the bracket and they just kind of say that Memphis is the team, but they don't take any questions after the fact. So we know very little.
And typically, correct me if I'm wrong, they typically have in this initial 1 to 2 G5.
Usually they
ranked.
stick somebody in.
Just
I
to
think
a
as a
24.
courtesy, yeah.
All right, so you can see them, so your fans can be excited.
I thought they would have put Memphis at 25 just to be like,
here you go.
there's your token
Yeah.
G5, but I don't know, it's weird.
So do you think, if JMU wins out, do you think they are college football playoff bound?
I think they got a pretty good chance. I don't think Memphis is going to win out. You mentioned the schedule; it's way harder the rest of the season.
All of them. If you look at each American Athletic Conference team, they all have stupidly different, and they all play each other.
Yeah, and
The Americans got to be kicking themselves for aligning their schedule this way.
It's brutal, and then USF isn't too there's a world where USF could win out, but they've been kind of inconsistent the last few weeks. They haven't been as good in conference games. I mean, the North Texas win was nice. But Miami blew them out, not a conference game. But Florida, they beat by 2, which looks like less of a great win. Boise State, they beat by 27. Also another win that's losing.
Well, you made was it Boise fans mad or Tulane fans mad with your Boise State comment?
Probably USF. I don't know. People were getting upset about Boise not being that good, but like they're not that good. They're 3 losses now. Chance for a 4th when they play San Diego State. Like I don't like Boise has a great brand name, but if you beat Boise and they're a 4-loss team, and ODU goes like 9-3, those to me seem pretty similar.
If JMU and Boise faced off on a neutral site tomorrow, JMU would be favored by 3.
Only 3.
56% win probability. This is my favorite tool.
They get all the new data in there?
JMU would be a 1-point favorite at Boise.
Okay.
Does that make you feel better?
It does.
Okay. Do you want to see what they would be if it was at JMU?
Yes.
Okay.
Was Boise a favorite?
Oh, 5. 5-point favorite.
And Boise was favored in the game, I believe, against USF.
That was the beginning of the season, right?
First game of the year.
Yeah, Boise was favored.
And then Boise, struggled, and now we see USF looks pretty good. USF's the one team that still scares me.
I think they are the best G5 team that happened to lose.
I think that's fair. They look the part. Their strength of schedule is good. The Boise win, even though it's not as good, is still good. The Florida win, not as good, still good. North Texas win, still good.
And the Memphis game, like that loss,
they shouldn't
have lost.
Yeah.
Like they hung up 63 on North Texas. Granted, JMU hung up 60 plus on ODU. Like you could kind of make an argument that similar like level of play in each other's conference. Like North Texas equals ODU. North Texas is to AAC as ODU is to Sunbelt. But I mean, South Florida's a scary team, even with a 2-point win at Florida that like is losing its shine each and every day. But like,
doesn't
you
hurt.
went into the swamp and you won.
Right.
Like, but so my takeaway with this all is still control what you can, and this is the one time I'll be coach speaky. Keep the main thing the main thing.
Just win.
Just win 1-0 every week's a championship opportunity. Championship opportunity, not a Super Bowl opportunity, because we saw what happened when they played in their Super Bowl last year.
It was a good Super Bowl. It was a competitive game. It's what you expect out of a Super Bowl.
But win out, let the chips fall where you may. I'm not getting myself built up into a tizzy about the college football playoff because I don't want to win a Sun Belt championship and feel empty inside because they didn't make a college football playoff. If they're able to host a Sun Belt championship, that will be insane, and that will probably require them winning the rest of their Sun Belt games.
Yeah, I think that's what seems more likely. So I guess we'll see with Southern Miss. Southern Miss plays at Arkansas State, which Arkansas State somehow 4-1 in the league. They are bad.
There are multiple teams that you look at the Sun Belt standings and you're like, Coastal Carolina.
They're 4-1 in the league.
Yeah, I know. You're like, huh? Excuse me? But for JMU, it starts Saturday, Marshall, which, let me see what Marshall does well. Nothing. However, they're 2-2 in conference play. They've got 2 50-plus point outings, both of them in double overtime. A 48-point outing against ODU where they took the Monarchs down by 24 points. And then they're fresh off of a loss to Coastal Carolina, which was a bit of a head-scratcher.
A lot of turnovers.
Weird team Marshall is. Like, you look at some of their advanced numbers. I have them here in front of me. They rank 118th in the nation at defending the pass in terms of passing efficiency.
That's bad.
Teams have a .23 EPA per pass. Very bad. One of the worst marks in the Sun Belt. They are horrible on early downs, 111th in the nation in early down EPA per play. Their special teams are not very good. They rank 88th in the country in opponents starting on their own 28. On the other side, JMU, on average, opponents are starting on their own 26. So a 2-yard difference. JMU special teams are getting people 30th in the nation. Marshall's 88th. And then offensively, Marshall throws the ball fine, 50th in the nation in passing efficiency, but 113th in rush efficiency, and they are 125th in the nation in third down success rate.
The numbers paint a pretty bleak picture for them.
And yet they're 2-2 in conference play,
Yeah.
500 on the season, and like they could erupt for 50 points if you give them 2 overtimes.
They're fascinating. Like Del Rio Wilson, their quarterback, who didn't start the year as their quarterback, but has come on the last like 5 or so weeks, is like the anti-Alonza, where when he started, like his first 3 games, he was electric. Middle Tennessee, Louisiana, ODU, really, really good. And then the last 2, he's like...
You forgot Eastern Kentucky. I know he didn't start in it.
Yeah, but he was
he
still
went
very
7
good
of
at
9,
yeah.
2 touchdowns.
and he ran for a score in that one. Like, he's done some good stuff, and then the last couple weeks he's kind of come back down to earth, which I wonder if some of that is like the defenses are kind of adjusting to.
I mean,
to
he
what
still
you're
had
doing.
2 big-time flows this last game.
I mean, he's a good player. He started his career at Syracuse. Like, there's talent there, but he was really inconsistent at Syracuse when he got in the game. I don't know. I feel like this is a pretty good matchup. I mean, I guess the challenging parts is that, like, playing at Marshall isn't easy.
Marshall's offensive line stinks. Did you see how many pressures they allowed last game?
No.
16.
What? I don't know. This feels like pretty outside of the fact that you're playing like a competent program on the road, and then it's obviously an emotional game where they're honoring
Holy crap.
the team from the 70s.
JMU only allowed 14 pressures against Louisville. Marshall's offensive line allowed 16 against Coastal. Okay, go back to what you're saying. Sorry. That's bad.
I was saying it's an emotional game.
Oh yeah, they died.
Yeah, that's right. The plane crash, obviously, that's sort of famous at this point. But they're honoring that team, and it means a lot to Marshall. It means a lot to the college football community. So I do think they'll probably play inspired in this one.
Yeah.
And they're at home. They're better at home. But, like, I don't know. On paper, like, JMU is a significantly better team. I'm thinking style points.
I mean, you took the word. What? Do they need another Alonza Barnett game that he's had these last 2 games? Like, are you ready to say that Alonza has put his woes to bed, or do you need to see it one more time? Because playing devil's advocate here, he had a 2-game run last season against UNC and Ball State.
That's true.
Do we need to see a third to make us say, all right, we fully are bought in? Or are you bought in enough now? Because if you do go back to the Louisiana game, you were one of the first to say this. There was a lot of drops, a lot of missed execution by the receivers, and it left Alonza out to dry when he otherwise had a pretty solid game that game.
I still want to see one more. I'd like a 5-touchdown thing, but like, 2 or 3, just like
4.
A steady performance, especially against a defense that seems like it's struggling. I would like to see more of that. Like, hey, maybe this is the best quarterback in the conference. Because if he can do that, then I think you get fully on board with like, okay, the offense has found it.
Yeah. And
like the playoff dream becomes more fun. Where before, like when you're beating Georgia State 14-7, like I don't want that team in the playoff.
No,
that would be really bad.
No. I want I don't even want the Texas State team in the playoffs because that first half Texas State was moving the ball well. Granted, the first half against ODU they were moving the ball well too. So let's get second half JMU into the college football playoffs.
Yes.
They might win a game.
Yeah, like if they can get in playing like that, it's fun. So I don't know. I like this one, ESPN2. It's an interesting matchup. I think they're a lot better, but it's like the weirdest spot left on the schedule, I think, because App State at home, I feel like you're going to be amped for that. Washington State at home, I think that'll be a fiery one too. And then like at Coastal, I assume would either be like this keeps you in the playoff conversation, or clinches home field, or clinches the East. So like I don't think you can overlook that one.
Coastal might be for the East.
Yeah, so this one feels like maybe you could overlook it a little.
Especially with College Game Day being rumored to be coming against Washington State. Like, that throws a whole wrench into it all, too.
Right, you start to build the hype, and we've seen a few times where the team just falls flat on their face over the years when the hype builds. They have yet to just, like, complete a season of hype.
That's the part of all of this that, like, as JMU fans, I'm guilty of it, you're guilty of it, we're all guilty of it, some more than others. But we have this air of supremacy about us where, like, we win a national championship in 2016, make it back to 2 more, don't win either, start pounding our chest that we're the premier FCS program. Not. Like, that's just downright wrong. And then it's carried over, because of the success, into this FBS era where, like, file a lawsuit. We deserved it. College football playoff. This is our time. They lose against App. And now it feels like we're kind of running down the same thing where it's like, honestly, the AAC sucks. The SEC sucks. The Big Ten sucks. JMU's the best team. Put us in the playoff now. And it's like, well, they still have to win against Marshall, win against App, win against Coastal, and then win against the best team from the West. And, like, JMU's never done that.
I know that there's like The NCAA rules are the reason they didn't play for a Sun Belt title in 22 and 23. But there's a lot of we run this league without ever winning the league. That is just very funny. They've never actually
in 22
done
and 23,
it could have been that.
You very much. They were kings of the East. Probably would have won the conference.
Right.
Because then in 23 you can't go. No, 22 you can't go to it.
Yeah.
Troy wins it with essentially the same team.
Yes.
The next year you beat them head to head at their place.
Right.
So you can argue 22. But it is objectively hilarious that JMU fans are like, just give us the conference title now and we'll be the college football playoff rep. It's that's not how that works.
Pretty awesome to be like, oh man, we're just not a road team. To have one good road game on a Tuesday and be like, we're back.
Also, something being lost in this Marshall game, we talked a lot about the weird schedule that went into that Texas State game, it being off of a bye week, but it was really 3 days after what would have, it was weird. It's now a weird week.
Yes.
2 weeks after the Marshall game, and it's another road game against a competent team in a weird place to play.
Yep.
You got to charter into it, then you've got to take a long bus ride, and then you're in a very gray place that's cold. Marshall was it was a fine trip. There's a lot of history inside of that basketball building.
Yeah.
But when I traveled to Marshall, it wasn't my favorite place. It's a very weird place. And now you're do that after a bye week you've never experienced and you will never experience again.
Yes.
Good luck. Meanwhile, JMU fans are like, we beat Texas State on a Tuesday. That means we're back. And it's like, that's not what that means at all.
It's a scary one. It's a weird one. It's also a lot of the rest I think is good, but I'm a little worried about what happened mentally between that game and this game, where because it was on a national stage against Texas State, the whole fan base and even the college football world, they were winning that game on TV, and all these accounts were playoff, playoff, playoff. So you've just been hearing for 10 plus days you're the shit, you're the team, you're gonna make this happen.
And then the Marvel news drops for the Washington State game, and then additionally now everyone's like, college football playoff, and they've got freaking superheroes on their helmet. This team's so cool, and you just are hearing so much positivity that it almost might be bad. As you have a picture of
the Marvel, somebody's tweeting that game day could come and really play up the Marvel thing because it's a whole Disney thing I actually didn't think about that, but it's very possible they do that as just a shameless Disney experience.
Do you think JMU did that on purpose?
Probably.
That behind the scenes.
Oh
do you think we'll get free that new ESPN thing? Because
I hope so, man. Give it to all fans.
Give it to all fans and media. That way we can actually watch the game.
But yeah, this is some silly stuff. But we'll see what happens. I don't know. I'm a little worried about this one more than any of the other final three.
I'm worried about App.
You're worried about App? Do they look nice on paper?
No.
You just because they own JMU.
I like how you said that. You're so defeated. Oh, that's right. They own us.
God, they beat us in everything.
In this game against Marshall, though, what are you looking at the most intensely to see how JMU performs?
I think it's a passing game again. I think they're so good defensively and the running game's so solid that if they can have a decent passing attack, I feel like they're going to be in a really good place to go 12-1. But if they don't, if it falters, they become way easier to defend. Because Texas State did a decent job stopping the traditional running back run game. What did Wayne Knight have 47 yards or something?
JMU has quietly gone from one of the top rushing teams in the nation. During this Alonzo Barnett hot wave,
they're slinging it.
They have regressed to a negative EPA per rush for the first time this season.
Yeah.
They're still really good in terms of comparing themselves to other Sun Belt teams, but they're now 31st in the nation in EPA per rush. They were high 20s teens at one point at the peak of their rushing powers when Alonzo was not playing well. So quietly, the rushing game has kind of taken a bit of a step back as of late.
Need to get that going.
And Marshall's defense stops the run. If they do one thing, it's stopping the run. They're 18th in the nation in EPA allowed per run.
So let's see if he can sling it again.
They kind of got to.
And if they can, then I'm a believer. And if it struggles again, then I got questions again.
Yeah. Marshall ranks third in the conference in EPA allowed per rush as well, behind JMU and ODU.
I mean, that's pretty good stuff then.
But JMU ran the ball really well against ODU.
That's true.
I think JMU's off.
They might just be.
I'm worried about getting too confident about this game, but
that's the concern.
JMU matches up well through the air. Alonzo Barnett, it's poised to have a very good game. If they keep utilizing play action and deep balls, then they should be able to pick apart the Marshall secondary. Marshall is an opportunistic secondary. Their star defensive back has 5 interceptions this year. It's a lot, especially through 8 games in the season. So they are opportunistic, but Alonzo Barnett's calling card has been that he does not throw turnovers. He does not throw interceptions. So that leans JMU's favor. The rushing attack is going to have some struggles, I believe, but for the most part, they should still be able to lean on him a good bit. And then the defense is the defense. I feel like we don't talk about the defense a lot because the defense is so good, but they should shut down Del Rio Wilson and just dominate this game.
That would be the goal. And I feel like this one, and really all the rest of the games, feel like kind of almost turnover dependent, where like if JMU avoids a catastrophic turnover day, like I think they're fine. And I know that's like a bold thing, but like even against Louisiana, was it like 3-1 against them and they still won by 10?
Yeah, and like going back to the Louisville game, which that game just feels like a massive what if now at this point in the season. But going back to the Louisville game, if they didn't have the back-breaking fumble that was recovered in the end zone for 6, they may mess around and win that game. Like,
right.
I know it was a 14-point difference at the end, but like, who knows how the game script changes then? And so, like, even in JMU's one loss, you could argue, if you took care of the football a little bit better, you would have won that game.
You also got to punch in that Sluka touchdown late. Can you imagine 28-21 and you're playing well now? Different story.
You literally texted that the second Sluka didn't get in and they didn't rush back to the line.
It was insane. I was like, this is potentially huge if you actually go on a run.
And then they
seem like they're going on a run.
All right, anything else you got to get off your chest about the Marshall game?
No, I'm looking forward to it. I think it'll be good. App State goes back to ESPN Plus, but it has been a nice little run of like cable TV. Although maybe ESPN Plus would have been better this week with YouTube TV.
Well, they're on ESPN 2 for this game.
week, and then ESPN Plus next week.
I'm gonna have to try and figure that out.
I got to figure that out too.
Well, if you haven't figured it out by now, JMU playing on all these cable games is actually kind of a bummer. If you're a YouTube TV subscriber, because ESPN not on YouTube TV, but ESPN Plus is a separate product from what they're trying to shove down your throats by withholding the rights to YouTube TV, because there's ESPN Plus and then there's like this ESPN Unlimited or ESPN One or whatever it's called. And on that, you get access to ESPN, ESPN2, ESPN News, and all other ESPN programming. And then on ESPN Plus, you get just ESPN Plus. I imagine in the near future, they are going to merge the two apps. And in order to get ESPN Plus, you need to have the ESPN Unlimited app or whatever it is. That's not happening yet, but I imagine that's not in the far off future. But what that means is, even if you have an ESPN Plus subscription, you cannot watch this Saturday's game unless you have Hulu Live TV, basic cable, like regular old cable, Sling TV, anything. If you have YouTube TV, you're SOL, and you're going to have to figure out an answer to it. And I've got YouTube TV, you've got YouTube TV. We'll have to figure out an answer for this. Maybe just go to the local bar.
Yeah, that might be a solid play this weekend.
I hate watching games like at bar settings.
I'm with you. I like to be in my little cave. I like to be getting angry about what's happening.
I got notes going too. Like I take notes. I'm into the game. I love a good watch party like once or twice a season.
Yes. And then just leave me be.
I'll come out of my cave to watch it, but it's not my favorite thing. Availability report just dropped for this game as well. Iowa Dayton is listed as, what is he listed as?
Questionable. What is going on with him?
If only someone could ask.
It doesn't make any sense though.
Like
he was fully available last
but he was in
week.
street clothes.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
You know what I bet it is? Can I put on my tinfoil hat?
Yeah.
They got a warning from the Sun Belt for that, and so now they're like, well, I guess we have to have to
be
list
honest
him
about him. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's also very insane that JMU has no other injuries on this team. You're telling me they have no other injuries.
Yeah, that's stunning to see. And then also breaking news: JMU men's basketball does get it done against Washington and Lee, 70-56.
That's a horrible score.
This team is cooking.
That's unacceptable.
I don't know how that's even possible.
How do you only put up 70 against a team that went 7-18 last year?
They went 4 of 24 from 3. I wonder if that's something that we could see again if that happens against a D3. Just like nobody makes threes.
All right. Do you wanna go to listener questions?
Yeah.
I don't wanna harp on men's basketball. I guess we haven't recorded since the Akron game either. Do you want to give a quick update on men's basketball?
Lost to Akron, but they had some positives, I suppose. They led by 9 at halftime and lost by 14, which is not great.
Yeah. How many trophies are handed out at the end of the season for halftime leads?
Well, maybe we'll make one. Maybe we'll do like a halftime thing. We'll give it to all JMU football's opponents, and then we'll also give it to the men's basketball team. Yeah, so that's not great. Women's basketball, though, very exciting. Beat the preseason MAC favorite Kent State by 32, so we might have something.
Might be a wagon.
They could be a wagon.
McDaniel is a dog. Bree Robinson scored in double figures.
Yeah.
Ashanti Barnes was on the doorstep of double figures with 8. They had Zakiya Stevenson had double figures. They were balling in that game.
Really good.
It was everything was going in.
And we're notorious for not overreacting to season openers, except for men's basketball last year, when we said they might have been better than the previous team that won an NCAA tournament game.
Okay, what's the worst take we've ever had on this podcast? No, Connor Mitch was not on this podcast.
Connor Mitch wasn't on the podcast.
We've had to have it.
I've had some.
Actually, I don't know. We say only good takes.
We said that the 2019 football team or is it 2018?
No, it was 2018. It was my senior year.
Yeah, we said that they might be the best ever. And they went 9-4 with a loss to Colgate. A 5-interception performance.
So, hey. Ben DiNucci came on the YouTube and talked about that game.
That's true. One of them was a Hail Mary.
Which was a really good interview. If you haven't found it, go scroll back into our YouTube archives and listen to our interview with Ben DiNucci. Where I was like, what's worse? Calling that team the best JMU football team in ever, which, in fairness, at the time they were undefeated
good,
and they were coming off some impressive wins.
Yeah.
Or is it calling last year's men's basketball team better than the team that won a March Madness game less than 4 months ago or 5, whatever it is? And,
I think it's the football one.
Yeah, I think it's the football one. Because it was just so in the moment, so reactionary. Yeah. Where the other one was, we had enough data to be like, we could have pulled ourselves back from that.
Yeah, we did not.
But it was also a wild meltdown that no one saw coming, where Mike Houston leaves.
Yeah, I mean they were.
But that's besides the point.
I mean, yeah, they were playing some good ball.
So we have this. Any other things you want to?
No.
Okay. Women's basketball is a really fun non-conference schedule. I feel like we said that last week though. Tim Emery, what would you put the odds of football winning their next 5 games and finishing 3-1? Greater than 20%?
Finishing 3-1.
13-1.
Oh,
idiot.
Well, 13 would include a playoff win.
Yeah, buddy.
So low.
Less than 1%. However, 12-1.
12-1.
I would say 25%.
If they don't go 12-1, to be honest, I'm gonna be a little bit heartbroken.
So let me do some quick math here.
I guess more realistically, if they don't win the Sun Belt title, I'm going to be very heartbroken. I would also like them to do that at 12-1. But at this point, the way they're playing and the way the rest of the Sun Belt looks, anything less than a Sun Belt championship is going to be very disappointing.
Can you do some very quick math for me?
Yes.
All right. So JMU has this is really good podcasting. The Wi-Fi in Hotel Madison is a little slow. All right, 78%.
Uh-huh.
So 0.78. You didn't do that. How did that?
Okay.
0.78 times 0.898 times.
This is a little FPI action.
These are all their winning percentages based off of FPI.
Okay.
Washington State and Coastal are loading. Times 0.83 times 0.874.
51-ish, 50.8.
50% chance, according to ESPN FPI, of finishing 11-1, and then I imagine the final game, if you want to multiply that by, let's call it 50%, so 0.5, Idiot.
Hold on. 0.508. Yeah, it's like 25.
Called it. I called that.
Well, I guess we could have done that we could have just divided by 2 there with our brains. I think 25 is a fair assessment.
So yes, greater than 20%. You really did not know how to multiply percentages.
I didn't. That was brutal.
Tim also asked, well, you were a business major.
Nah, I don't know. I never multiply.
Tim also asked, will JMU women's basketball play either Texas or Notre Dame to single digits?
How long?
2 seconds.
Yes. I'll give them like 4 minutes.
Okay, and then you think they'll play?
First media timeout, I think they could.
Okay. Right.
Do they play one of those Texas is in Texas?
I believe Texas is at Texas.
Yeah, that'll be hard.
Notre Dame, those at JMU.
I will say, though, they have a bunch of other like power names that I think they're like going to beat.
Do you think there's an at-large scenario for women's basketball this year?
Maybe, yeah. I mean, like, I think they're going to beat
Villanova.
I think they're going to beat Virginia Tech. I think they're going to beat Boston College. I think they're going to beat Wisconsin.
And VC is not very good at women's basketball.
They're going to beat Notre Dame. No, Notre Dame and Texas are the 2 games on the schedule where I'm like, I don't know if that's going to happen.
Yeah.
But the other ones, I think they have a pretty good chance to win.
I like it. JMU RVA asked, who's poised to have a breakout game on the road? What do we need to clean up? Okay, I'll just ask you 3 questions here. I'm going to ask you one by one.
Okay.
Who is poised to have a breakout game on the road?
Zaire West.
Zaire West?
Yeah.
All right.
Sack machine.
I feel like we got to show more love to the defensive side.
Yeah.
We were really high on Xavier Holmes coming into the year.
Had an interception last week.
He did, and he's growing each and every week. But I think another big performance by Xavier, maybe a multi-sack performance.
Oh, that would be nice.
Look, Marshall just allowed 16 pressures against Coastal Carolina. Only one of those resulted in a sack. So good job, Del Rio Wilson, for not taking more sacks. Because coming into that game, he had like a 30% pressure to sack ratio. And that game single-handedly dropped it multiple percentage points. But the defensive line should have some opportunities to wreak some havoc. And so Zaire West, Xavier Holmes, Gobira, he's flashed at times. He hasn't put together a full game.
Yeah.
So maybe it's Gobira. I think the defensive line as a whole has an opportunity to really have a breakout and take over a game that, in a way that they've been good, but like, I mean, the whole defense has been good, but maybe in a way it's just like, whoa, that's impressive. What do we need to clean up heading into a huge rivalry game next week? Is this a rivalry, JMU App State?
I would say yes. I would say
too.
it is in fact a rivalry, although App State fans might disagree.
Do you think it's the biggest rivalry JMU has on their schedule right now, including ODU?
I think it is for JMU fans. I don't know that it is. I don't think it is for App fans.
Is this rivalry? I'm just peppering you with extra questions now. Is this does this game need to be a JMU win for it to continue being a rivalry?
I think if you lose this one, it's
like
going to be hard to get the App fans like thinking this means something to them.
Yeah.
A little bit in the ODU way, where like JMU, it's like, yeah, like I guess it's a rivalry, but like when you beat them every time, it feels less so. Like you need some like reason to actually dislike the other team. And like Marshall and App have consistently found ways to beat JMU and like break their seasons at times, where that has not happened with ODU.
All right, next question. 10 Wayne.
Well, what do you need to clean up?
Oh, I guess we didn't technically.
What do you think? I don't know. It looked pretty clean the last 2 weeks.
I'm going to still say the passing game.
Yeah, okay.
Like, just keep that going. And I know Nick DeGennaro's like having an all-time great 2-game stretch. Can we get him more targets?
Does he only have the 6 targets?
Yes.
That's bad.
6 or 7 targets, 6 catches, 4 touchdowns.
We need more targets.
It's insane that he's doing that, though.
Yes.
So I'd like to see the passing game maybe cleaned up. Maybe the running game, clean up the blocking lanes and kind of find a rushing rhythm, because that has quietly slipped backwards over the last couple of games.
Yeah.
So a couple of things. 10 Wayne Knights. Also, here's another thing to clean up. And I'm going to rag on the defense just a little bit. Mm-hmm. Maybe don't allow 300 first half yards.
Yeah, that one's getting a little interesting, whereas the second half has been so good that everyone's just like, wow. But I don't love the whole, like, it just takes a whole half to get used to the speed of the game. It's like, well, that could be a problem.
They've allowed 600, just about plus or minus a couple of yards, 600 yards in 4 quarters of football. It just so happens that 2 quarters separated those 4.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like the ODU second half happened, but the first half of ODU.
Yeah, if you include those, it's like they allowed like 80 yards.
Yeah,
But, yeah.
So it's just weird.
You'd
but
like
at the
a
same time,
little better start on this.
Maybe don't allow 275 yards in 30 minutes of game time.
That would help, I think.
But then how you play in the second half doesn't really matter. Maybe not. 10 Wayne Knights against 5 Emmanuel Bushes. Who do you take?
What's happening?
I don't know.
Like, what are they doing?
I would take 10 Wayne Knights though.
Yeah,
speedier.
He's so fast.
Stronger.
He's still pretty strong, and you get 10 of them.
And like Emmanuel Bush, love the guy. He's not catching up to Wayne Knight.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening, but I feel like they could run circles around.
Taking candy bars from one another.
Yeah.
Richie Goodman. Did you hear about his face reveal that's coming up?
It's coming up. It could be. He might be the guest picker.
At Washington State.
Yeah.
With dude wipes.
That's what people are saying.
Would you give up cheese for the rest of your life for a JMU national championship in your lifetime? And then he responded, pizza, cheese fries, quesadillas, grilled cheese, all gone for a trophy.
I like that he clarified what cheese he was thinking of. I thought
You know what I was thinking? Like charcuterie
Yeah,
board.
I was also. So I like that he did that to add, like, it's not just the cheese you're thinking of. He knew. He was one step ahead. They have won a lacrosse national championship in our lifetime. And football. And football. And when was field hockey?
94.
94. Okay, so I wasn't born yet.
I wasn't born yet either.
Okay, so
I just glossed over 2 national championships.
oh man, this is a good question.
No, I would not.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I would not. I love
don't think
cheese.
so either.
I love cheese. I'm not giving it up for a national championship trophy. Like, I assume he means JMU football national championship.
Yeah, and like I would assume FBS.
Because we have seen 3 across 2 different sports. Joe.
Although I wasn't watching the first one.
I mean, neither was I. Didn't know
2004.
existed.
Yeah, it didn't mean shit to me.
I
was
genuinely
9.
did not know. I was 7.
Yeah.
Oh, you're old as shit.
Exactly. Would he give up cheese?
I don't know. We'll ask him at this face reveal.
Okay.
Is Marshall? This is from Joey Needham. Is Marshall the toughest test left on the schedule? Also, what's the way too early take on basketball?
Basketball's ass. That's my way too early
Basketball
take.
will be fine.
Yeah,
non-conference means nothing.
Yeah,
for
honestly,
team.
this is like a team that I think you could legitimately check out until.
Football's done.
Yeah, I mean, if you wanted to, like late February even. Like the Super Bowl's done. And then you could pop in and like you'd be fine.
So that's when the team will probably bring you joy watching them.
And then I was looking at the schedule. Their last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, their last 8 games, it looks like nobody inside the Ken Pom top 240. Like the schedule is set up perfectly for them to make like a late run and like gain all this confidence.
Like last year?
Yeah, going into the Sun Belt tournament. So they're going to win a lot of games because the Sun Belt is really bad at basketball. I wouldn't put too much stock into these first 2.
La Tech will make the conference better in basketball.
100%.
People
need to
ragging on La
apologize.
Tech, like La Tech is going to make the league fine in basketball.
People need to apologize.
And Marshall is probably the toughest test. I think it's App State. Like, granted, App State's at home, but we all know the last time that App State played at home, here, that is. But Marshall, like, on paper, is probably the toughest test left.
Yeah, I think so.
And then Craig Roberts, anything else you had to add there? I thought you were still looking at Ken Pom.
I was looking at how Louisiana Tech's tough start to the season.
Really?
But they're going to be okay. They lost to Nevada by 27.
This is from Craig Roberts, and Shit Baseless responded with great question. Should Eric O'Neill, I haven't heard that name in a while, should Eric O'Neill regret going to Rutgers? He obviously got a ton of money to go there, but he's having a pretty average season on a bad team. You have to assume he'd be a monster in this Hitchler defense, and his draft stock could be higher. I still think his draft stock's pretty darn high.
He's been pretty good for them because he's tied for the team lead in sacks with 2.5. I think, and his PFF grade's pretty good. think the thing with Rutgers is they're just like not that good.
Yeah, Rutgers
so it's
just
hard for him
stinks.
to like get a ton of stats. I still think
He'll
could,
still be like a top 3-round draft pick because he's playing in the Big Ten on a week-in, week-out basis.
I still think he could be a good draft pick. I will say though, I was thinking about this. Like I know it's like his home state and playing in Rutgers means a lot to him, but it's gotta be a little weird to like see JMU in playoff.
Was he Jersey?
I think he was
I
like
thought he was Long Island.
he had a weird connection to Rutgers where like he loved Rutgers or something.
Okay.
But okay, yeah, so maybe not his home state, but it was like a program
He could
that's
be.
like
I mean,
close.
those
No, I think you're right.
Italian
It's like
Americans, like-
close to home.
It's all the same.
For whatever reason, he talked about like really wanting
Yeah.
to go to Rutgers. So I think it meant a lot for him to like play there. But yeah, like they're 4-5, they stink, and like JMU's on the fringe of making the playoff. I imagine there's some like, oh, that could have been cool.
Yeah, but like he also probably was making high 6 figgies, 7 figgies maybe.
Can't imagine he actually regrets it. Yeah.
And like he's positioning himself against Big Ten talent week in, week out,
Yeah.
bolstering his draft stock. Like how many Rutgers players have been drafted in the last couple of years?
Oof.
We're both Googling this.
3 last year.
Yeah.
1 2024, 1 2023, another 2 in 2022. But yeah, I mean,
How many has JMU had in that same time span?
I think it's 0.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, he has a much better chance to go to the NFL now. He's making a bunch of money. He's playing for a school that seems like it meant something to him. And also, like, in fairness, he spent 1 year here. It's not even like he started his career here. So I don't know how much, like, the actual university meant to him. But yeah, I bet there's a tiny bit of, like, oh, it would have been cool to be on, like,
Yeah.
a fringe playoff team.
Yeah. A team that he probably would like lead the team in sacks and be like Sun Belt Defensive Player of the Year conversation.
He would have been nice to have, too.
And in fairness, to kind of speak out of both sides of my mouth here, Mike Green was like a early 2nd-round draft
Yes.
pick after balling out at
Yeah.
Marshall. So like O'Neal probably could have balled out here and resulted into being a 2nd or even 1st-round draft pick. But it just takes like Mike Green had gaudy stats and was a 2nd-round draft pick. Granted,
Yeah.
maybe again I'm arguing against myself here. Maybe that's in part because of his off-the-field allegations about his
That's
time
true,
at
yeah.
UVA. But
Yeah.
you know what I mean.
You've you definitely have the ability, if you're like you're crazy balling out, to still do some stuff from
You
the
know,
Sun Belt.
This makes me think, do you think Jalen Green, how do you think his career would have ended? Where do you think he would have been drafted, if at all, if he didn't destroy his leg against Georgia State?
I feel like he definitely would have been picked somewhere, right?
Right.
Yeah,
I
he
mean, you
was-
don't get 20 or on the verge of 20 sacks
Yeah.
and not get drafted.
I mean, he was leading the country in sacks,
Yeah.
like Mike Green did. I feel like you have to get picked if you do that. So
Bummer about it.
huge bummer.
He lost out on, like, not to rub salt in the wound, but like probably lost a couple of $1 million.
Yeah.
Which again is why you should take this money
Yes.
when you have the opportunity, because like football's such a fickle sport that if you can go somewhere to get paid millions of dollars while also not negatively impacting your draft stock. Like if he had gotten $1 million to go play back at LIU, I'd be like, freaking idiot. But like it's Rutgers, Big
Yes.
Ten, making $1 million, I assume, and then also
Yeah.
not negatively hurting your draft stock. Like would it be cool to play on a college football playoff team? Yeah. You know what also is cool? Generational wealth.
They also might go they might go 11-2 and win the Sun Belt, and it's a lot less cool.
If you're, and they're sitting at home at the same weekend watching the college football playoff.
Yes.
So-
So like it might not be that different. He's also played in like a bunch of Big Ten stadiums, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
So
All
I
right.
can't blame him for that.
Anything else you got to add on the sports front?
Well, women's soccer lost in the Sun Belt quarters. Volleyball playing really well. I think their conference tournament is coming up soon, but it's not here yet. Who else was in?
Field hockey won. They're in the
Yep.
MAC semis.
I believe that's what we have been told. I got to check on volleyball.
You got to check on
I
golf.
just lost them. I just lost my volleyball.
Alonzo Barnett was picked as the Manning Award quarterback of the week.
I saw that.
Offensive player of the week as well.
11-1, 11 straight wins in conference play, and overall for JMU volleyball, they beat South Alabama in a couple 5-set thrillers. That was the number 2 team in the Sun Belt. So JMU was 18-6 on the year, 11-1. I think their RPI just climbed into like the top 30 or something crazy.
Damn.
So they're legit, which is really cool.
On the women's basketball side, they're back in action Thursday night, November 6th, at home against Mason. So a fun little in-state rivalry. Where's volleyball's RPI?
29th.
So good for them. I don't know. That should be right on the fringe of at-large contention, right?
I would assume so, yeah.
Probably need to move up at least like another 7 spots to really be in it.
Just keep winning, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Just win your conference tournament. Don't worry about being an at-large.
Yep.
All right. Anything else you got to add?
No.
So tomorrow we'll be doing live from Fairfield Inn as we continue to scout for college game day location,
Where
college
they'll
game
host.
day, college game day hotels, and yeah. For Bennett and I'm Jack Fitzpatrick. Thank you so much for tuning into the JMU Sports News podcast presented by Sign Pros. We appreciate all of their support here over the first couple of months through the partnership. It's been absolutely fantastic. If you want to get in on the action and be a sponsor, a presenting sponsor of the JMU Sports News podcast, feel free to email us, jmusportsnews@gmail.com. We're also on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Blue Sky, Instagram. Just type in JMU Sports News. We'll pop up, and you can follow us on whatever platform you looked us up on. And you can also check out our home on the web, jmusportsnews.com. And if you would feel so kind, we love coffee. buymeacoffee.com/JMU and leave a rating if you really want. Like, those go a long way in helping. Subscribe on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts, and drop a rating. We greatly appreciate it. And I think that's all.
Yeah.
Can't believe you forgot about a football national championship.
2 of them.
That was insane. All right. See ya.